Every hour, every minute, every second, there's something new happening with your favorite pastime. We got you covered on sports news and fantasy advice. Get caught up here on Pastimes on the Mic. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. Send us any questions you want answered on the show by emailing us below. Here is the email. Shoot us any questions, fantasy questions, any questions you got in general. You're listening to Pastimes on the Mic. Guy, how we doing today, man?
Good, man. I'm feeling good. Got out of work early today. Shoot the pod. Feeling good. How about you?
Doing good, man. Oddly enough, I did go to your job today. Saw you in action a little bit.
Yeah.
That's for a different conversation, though. Future plans are looking good. But I'm doing pretty good, man. We got some nice sports talk. I can't believe we are already entering week 5 of the NFL.
Man.
Bye weeks are kicking in. The season's flying by, everybody.
Aaron Rodgers is walking.
Aaron Rodgers is walking. He's making his steps towards recovery and injury. It's kind of crazy that there's even rumors that he's going to play
literally
this year.
And physically.
A lot of crazy stuff going on. So I guess we'll just dive right into it, man. Any surprises? Any things that we saw in week 4 that come to your mind?
I'm looking at the matchups they had this week. Honestly, I don't know if you know, but I had no idea Deshaun Watson was questionable going into that game.
Dude, I just feel like I think the narrative for week 4 was injuries. So many injuries happened this past week. I'm not even caught up, and I had no idea Deshaun Watson was questionable.
I'm like, who is this guy on the field right now?
Yeah, what's his initials? The backup QB for Cleveland. It's DTR, right? Is that what they call him?
Something. Stevenson. I'll look at it right now. Let me see.
Yeah.
I have the game right here.
I actually versed
Thompson
him.
Robinson.
Yeah, I versed him in fantasy this week in Dino. My cousin Ricky. Sorry, Rick.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to call you out on this. Yeah, did not.
It was a good pickup. It was a good pickup, but
I didn't watch the game, so I kind of saw the box score, the box stats on fantasy on Flea Flicker.
Yeah,
I think he only put up 2 fantasy points, so that's not good for a QB whatsoever. I guess they ran the ball a lot. I don't know, but
if I had to say what was the game that surprised me the most, it honestly would have to be the Jets game.
Yeah, as a Jets fan, I gotta agree with that. Zach Wilson, man, wow,
he looked like the guy you guys drafted, man.
Exactly.
He looked like that guy. And I don't know if it was because Rodgers was, in the stadium and Taylor Swift, but dude, he was throwing back shoulder fades. I don't know who that was. Rodgers must have gave him some sort of talk, some sort of special juice.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was drinking, but that guy was not Zach Wilson that we saw.
No, not at all. And
or
dude,
used to see.
I mean, I've been saying on this pod for a few weeks now, and especially during the Patriots game, and he has flashes and he has drives where he actually looks freaking solid. And I think he just kind of did that the entire game against the Chiefs.
He put it together in 4 consecutive drives.
Exactly.
He does it sporadically. That was actually consecutive drives where he looked confident.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, he throws the ball. He looked good. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I mean, not to sound cliche, but I think confidence is the biggest key to a QB, man. And he displayed it Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs and Taylor Swift. Everyone's watching, and at home too. He had the home crowd behind him. He was getting some boos the week before, and I mean, look, man.
I mean, when isn't he getting booed?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of shut everybody up. He shut everybody up, including me. So, I mean, I got to give the kid his flowers, and we'll talk a little more about that in one of our future segments, our new segment, Sleeper of the Week. We'll get more into that, but he looked great, man. He looked great. Cobb and Lazard, 2 veteran wide receivers right there. They were on the sidelines, dapping him up.
Yeah.
He looked really down after the loss. They're like, it's not your fault, kid. You did great. So
I know it's he had his, he obviously had where he dropped the ball. Obviously, that's just unfortunate. But I mean, the end of that game was just brutal. I mean, I don't know if you want to get into that part where you think about the refs throwing the flag. I mean, a lot of players obviously from that game are voicing their opinions about what they may have saw, what may have not been called. But I'll let you take it away as the Jets fan on that.
Nah, it was a brutal call on Sauce Gardner. It was just like
and no calls on some other plays.
Yeah,
where
it was
and
brutal.
22.
It was totally brutal, man. You just can't make that call. You can't make that call on that play, dude. That was just brutal. That totally
I would say the play that wasn't called a hold, where Mahomes ran 3rd and 22 for a first down, that was more of a hold than the hold they called on Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, all right, like,
yeah.
What are we watching the same game? Like, or do we want the Jets to lose this? Because I don't know. That was just, I hate to put it all in the officiating, but that portion of the game was very poor.
Yeah, very poor. And I'm not gonna put all in the officiating either. There was a lot of drop passes too by Jets receivers with Zach Wilson that game. A lot of Michael Carter should have had one catch. I think Conklin was one of them too in the end zone. Yeah, it was just a lot of drop passes. So I'm not gonna be one of those fans that totally blames on the refs, but the offense did have some miscommunication there. Some brutal calls towards the end of the game. Just looked a little sketch. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't have the energy to go off on them right now, but I think many listeners would agree that it's a little sketch, with Taylor Swift in the building, when the NFL's got 2-0 as Swifties in your bio, they kind of want somebody to win that game. So, I mean, it's just sketchy, but yeah, man. Look, Zach Wilson looked great. Mahomes wasn't really playing his best football. Wasn't the Mahomes we know and love. Kelsey was shut down that game too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Jets, they got, I've been saying all year, they still got a good roster. They were the 1969 Mustang without the engine pretty much. But hey, if Zach Wilson can maybe just keep him afloat, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That defense is no joke for sure. And, picking off Mahomes like that, you got to feel good. Making that guy look not so good.
Exactly.
You got to feel good about that. Now you're going into Denver, but we don't have to get into week 5 yet. There's still week 4 to unpack.
So I know the Jets game was a surprise to most people, just how close they even kept it and Zach Wilson's performance. But a game that really sticks out to me, dude, the Titans-Bengals game. That was not on my bingo card at all. Sorry, Tennessee fans. I've been roasting them all year. I'm simply not high on the Titans at all whatsoever this year. And the Bengals was one of my, I thought they were going to be much better this season. Dude, 27-3.
Sit Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
sit the guy. He's not 100%, bro. I don't care how much he wants to play. Sit him.
Something is not right there, dude. And obviously it's, the injury that's been re-aggravated. He's clearly not been 100% all season long. Preseason was already questionable for him. But, dude, the Titans are going to drop 27 on you. Jesus Christ, dude. This is a team I'm not high. I'm still not high on.
Touchdown.
Can't even score a touchdown against the Tennessee Titans. Insane.
I don't know. I mean, like, you can see it when he plays. Like, he can't put all the weight on that foot or on that leg because of how I'm assuming how bad the calf strain may be. Maybe there's more. I don't know. I just don't know how you talk about putting a guy on IR and then all of a sudden he's playing.
Yeah.
Like, you think maybe he would be out a game.
Yeah.
Or maybe out 2 games. But I don't know. I feel like you're prolonging his, recovery time and how long he's actually going to be out if it does get worse.
Yeah, and look at the standings right now in that division. I mean, you might as well give him his rest, dude. You're 1-3. The Ravens are taking off. They're 3-1. Lamar's playing like an MVP again. The Steelers are somehow 2-2.
They've already lost two their division.
Yeah,
games.
That's all. We're already entering week 5. I mean, dude, you might as well just rest him. I mean, like, what do you like? The season's still alive for them, but like, God, it's not.
They got a bye on week 7 too.
Yeah, it's not getting any better. You should just rest them up.
And they got an easy opponent this week.
Regroup after the bye. I think that's what you got to do if you're the Bengals, man. It's God forbid you keep playing and he worsens that injury, dude.
Not good.
Not good. You're paying the guy $275 million. At
Not
least
good
get
at all.
him at 100%. But yeah, that was one game that really just stood out to me. I was like, wow, that was
I could agree with that. That was definitely, I
that
thought
was
at least
not
they put up a fight.
exactly definitely not on my bingo card. Cowboys absolutely decimated the Patriots.
Yeah.
Coming.
Your pick of the week, Houston beat the Steelers.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a hot take going to that game. I think Stroud is just the real deal. He's got some nice weapons.
For sure.
I was raving Tank Dell. I still am. Still a Tank Dell believer. Had a little bit of a quiet game. Nico Collins kind of took over, but I'm starting to get like, I don't know, maybe like DK Metcalf, Lockett vibes. Not play styles, just like one or the other is just going to ball out every other week. So
Yeah. I can.
Texans got a nice thing brewing in Houston, man. Dameon Pierce, good offense, man. And I'm pretty sure they're doing this all without like an offensive line, right? Isn't their whole OL out still?
Who, the Texans?
Yeah. I thought their
Um,
I thought their O line was banged up or something. Could
I'm
be
not
wrong.
sure. I could check. Receivers, no. Linemen. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean, Texans looking good. Dropped 30 on the Steelers.
Yeah.
They were in Pittsburgh, right, for that game?
No, they were in Houston.
Oh, they were in Houston. Okay. So, yeah.
Another side of the ball. Matt Canada sucks, man. Guy's
Yeah.
offense.
You literally
He can't even call a middle school football game. That guy is so predictable.
Yeah, no, you literally said, I think it was episode 2 on the show when you went to the Steelers game. You and the fans were literally calling the shots in the stands. I'm like, dude, if the fans are calling the plays, dude, Sun's not good. Sun's not right there, man.
I think he's on the hot seat because
I think
there was a interview with Mike Tomlin after a practice, a press conference, where he said, like, changes do need to be made, and he's usually a guy to not make changes. But yeah, one guy I don't agree with that's getting a lot of hate. I feel like I've said this before on that offense is Najee Harris. That guy gets so much hate, and yeah, he does look a little bit slow. I'm not going to say a little bit. He looked really slow. Yeah. But I mean, like, if you're not calling the right plays, man, and the defense knows what's coming before the snap, how do you expect a guy to make any sort of how do you expect him to be good? How do you expect Najee Harris to be good if he's not going to have a line in front of him and they already know the offense of plays? Like, I don't know. He obviously is not having a great year to start the year, but I mean, it's pretty obvious why, I think, my opinion.
Yeah, and I agree entirely. It's kind of like a Justin Fields situation. They're looking for a scapegoat. They're looking for someone to pin all the blame on. Dude, if you're blaming the running back for a slow offense, that's ridiculous, man. Really?
Yeah,
you're going to blame the running back? Really?
I don't know.
I definitely agree with Matt Canada. Possibly getting the boot. It's the offense was so much better, dude. We saw what Pickett and Pickens can do in the preseason.
And thank God Pickett's not, hurt.
Yeah. We dodged a bullet there. I think Pickens said himself he's ready for Sunday, next game.
Yeah, I believe so.
So that's good for the Steelers and Steelers fans.
And then they go into a bye after this game against the Ravens.
Could be like a Bengals type situation. Maybe just get healthy and regroup. Maybe somehow get a new offensive coordinator, someone else calling the shots in there by that week.
Yeah, I would think if they got rid of him, it would obviously have to be someone within, like maybe
someone in house
to get promoted as an intern, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think Tomlin's calling the plays. I'm not too familiar, but I don't think he's calling the plays there.
Just looking at that Steelers offense, and granted they are 2-2, so the season's obviously not dead yet. I don't think anyone's season really is, except for the Steelers.
I feel like the Steelers are just like always.
That offense should be so much better.
And they don't have Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, they lost Deontay Johnson to an injury week 1.
Freiermuth is now week to week, I'm pretty sure.
I think he's doubtful now to play next Sunday. Yeah, so he's out. Steelers a little banged up.
Darnell Washington stocks, man.
Yeah, Darnell
That guy's
Washington.
a freak. He's going to go off. That guy's going to be the next left tackle tight end.
Is that your prediction for our segment later, maybe? Sleeper pick of
Possibly,
the week. We'll get into it in a
maybe.
sec. But yeah, lot to unfold though in week 4. Some crazy scores, some predictable things that we've seen. Obviously, the Cowboys with the Patriots, 49ers with the Cardinals. But week 4 was an interesting. A lot of injuries. So I
Yeah.
guess that can kind of segue into our predictions for week 5. If you want to take a shot at it, I'll pull up the matchups for this week. Bye weeks are kicking in.
Ugh.
Can't believe I have bye weeks already.
Ugh.
First 5 weeks, man, they fly by, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, pull up the week 5 sketch.
I said that too week 1. I'm like, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be the freaking Super Bowl.
Seriously,
Sucks.
man. I know we got hockey starting in less than a week.
Playoff baseball.
Playoff baseball's happening. We'll talk about all that in a sec.
Yeah. It's a lot of best time of year, sports, all different types of sports are on right now.
Yeah,
in the process.
It's one of those times of the year, man, where everything's just hitting at once. It's a great feeling, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we are. So week 5 schedule. So we have guys team featuring the Thursday night football this week. Tomorrow night, the Chicago Bears at the Commanders. Guy, I'm gonna let you start us off here. What do you think?
Listen, man, I talked my shit when the Giants were getting steamrolled on national TV. So if Washington turns around and gives Justin Fields and the Bears their first win, I'm in for it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
But
I hear it.
no bias. I'm sure a lot of people are picking the Commanders. I'm going Commanders. I think it's a close game going into the half, but Washington pulls away. The enemy's been putting up 30 points, and Washington did that I think 2 times last year. He's already done it twice.
Yeah.
I'm saying 34 20, 21, 34-21 final, Washington.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm definitely agreeing with you on the Commanders for sure. The Bear, dude, just the Bears culture. I've been saying all year. The culture, the locker room, whatever, in Chicago, it's dog shit, dude. That alone is just like you're in store for a bad season. Fields, like Najee Harris, like we were just talking about, overhated, scapegoated on his respective franchise. Yeah, I'll go with the Commanders here. And dude, Sam Howell's the real deal. The kid looks good, man. So I mean,
he looked good in that last drive against the Eagles. He looked good the whole game.
That's what I'm saying. They went toe to toe with the Eagles, man. I don't know.
I just want to say he bounced back, man. He bounced back big after that 4-pick game against the Bills. I just got to give him his roses, man. He bounced back in a big way.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm going to agree. I'm going with the Commanders on that one. I feel like this is a fairly easy week for predictions wise, but we'll get rolling with the next one. Jaguars at Bills. How you feeling about this one?
I think Trevor Lawrence is, hopefully figuring it out because I do have him in some fantasy leagues, but I just don't think they can beat the Bills yet. I don't think they're at that level. I think Bills beat them.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll the dice on this one, like I did with the Dolphins last week, because they dropped 70. So I was like, I feel like they're just gonna be on top of the world. They're gonna ride the hot hand. But the Bills dropped 48 on the team that dropped 70 and won. So I feel like the Bills are gonna ride that hot hand as well. I think Josh Allen and Diggs are finding their groove now after that week 1 fiasco against the Jets defense. I think the Bills are starting to steamroll now. Going with the Bills, but I feel like this game is going to be pretty close, though. I feel like, especially with Trey White out for the year, big loss for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how T-Law can maybe take advantage of that. But I think the Bills edge out, and it's kind of crazy to think about the Jaguars possibly being 2-3 in Week 5. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but I'm going with the Bills on that one. Scroll down a little bit. We got Texans at Falcons. I'm going to keep riding the hot hand. This is apparently my sleeper team. I'm going with the Texans. Stroud, man, he's balling.
Yeah. I mean, I The Falcons, man, they got Bajan. He's legit. Kyle Pitts, he's invisible. Like I don't know if it's his fault. It's not really his fault. Like Ritter just sucks. Guy is terrible.
Yeah, Ritter is not a good QB. No disrespect.
He might be worse than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, after last
week, I don't know
week,
how the hell they're 2-2, but he might be worse than Zach Wilson.
The Falcons have a great run game. I don't know how the Texans' defense is against the run. I'm not 100% sure about that.
I mean, you can't base it off the Steelers game because Matt Canada calls plays like a moron.
So, I mean, I just feel like the Texans have a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll go with the Texans. Stroud's looking legit.
It's just hard to bank on a running back to, win or lose games.
Who would have thought, though? Falcon. I mean, who would have thought? Well, I mean, both teams, honestly, to have 2 wins. I wouldn't have picked either of these teams to have 2 wins.
The Texans and the Titans talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Texans definitely surprised me. I love what they did at the draft. I love the moves they made. I didn't think they'd be, this solid just yet, but here they are.
I might make a. No, I'll save the bold prediction for later. I'll save it for later.
Yeah, so I'll go with the Texans, and you said Texans as well?
Yeah.
So the next is the Panthers at the Lions.
Yeah, these games just suck. They're so one-sided.
Yeah, they're very one-sided, I feel like. I'm going with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Lions, too. I mean, the Lions are getting a big piece back in Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
And, David Montgomery went off last week. I just don't see anyone else. I mean, we could go on to the next one.
Yeah, the Panthers are a sad team this year. And the Lions, man, I've been picking them to win every week pretty much so far. So,
I mean, yeah, you'd be 3-1 then.
The next matchup, we got the Titans at the Colts. You know how I feel. You know how I feel about Anthony Richardson. I'm going with the Colts, man, all day. I think Richardson's probably his best game of the year this week.
Yeah, I mean, he looks if he can stay on the field and stay healthy, he's definitely
that's the big thing.
A problem. Definitely a problem.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the Colts were missing so much of the offensive line against the Rams. So I feel like I don't know who's coming back, who isn't. I'm not too sure. But hopefully some of the O-line comes back, gives them more protection.
I mean, I'm trying to look for ways to, play the other side, but these other sides are just not it.
Yeah, that's why I said I feel it's a pretty easy week to predict this week.
Like
I say
Giants,
easy, but there's gonna be upsets though.
Dolphin Giants, fuck it. I'll go fucking Giants for you Giants fans after your pitiful week against the Seahawks. I guess Daniel Jones turns it around, maybe, probably not. Daniel Jones got picked off.
Yeah, that was bad. But Jones, I
feel bad, man.
That offensive line is horrible.
I know, but it goes both ways. Like
it does.
It's like that pick six should not have been a pick six. He didn't even read the defense. He saw even there was I don't know who it was, but I think it was Witherspoon actually that we practiced all week and we see that Daniel Jones likes to pass the ball to his first read. So it was obvious that they saw that. They probably looked it over in the week prior of practice. And he threw it the first read. He threw it right to Paris Campbell, and he had Darren Waller open on a corner route in the corner of the end zone, and took 6 the other way.
Jones needs to get smarter with his passes for sure, but
I feel like he's anticipating though getting sacked. I feel like he's almost before the snap. He's already like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get sacked."
Yeah.
So he's already like, "I gotta just get the ball out quick because if I don't, I'm gonna get sacked, and then we're gonna be It's going to be instead of 2nd and 10, it's going to be 2nd and 20.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel for the Giants. I mean, that was a very, very bad decision by Dable week 1, keeping Andrew Thomas in that game. Yeah. It's costing them big time right now, and it probably cost them getting Saquon hurt.
Yes, 100%, man. Yeah. And look, the Giants, they're 1-3 now. Eagles are undefeated. So, I mean, they're in a big hole, man. They're banged up and in a big hole. It's not looking good for the Giants.
It's early though. You can still turn it around.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't bring myself to pick the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I just feel like they want revenge after lose against the Bills after dropping 70 the week before.
I mean, if it's anything like the Denver game, it's gonna be a tough week for you Giants fans.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad at all.
Oh man. We'll see, man. We'll see what happens. So then we got is this? Yeah.
No, there's more. There's more.
There's more, right? Yeah, okay. I was bugging
Right
for a sec. Yeah, okay, yeah. The Saints at the Patriots. We'll go with the Saints. Mac Jones is not that guy, dude.
Jones got to keep his hands to himself. That guy sucks.
Seriously. Yeah.
Stand on the ball, maybe.
So
I don't have to talk too much. Don't have to talk too much about that.
No, a lot of these are bad, man. So the Ravens at the Steelers.
Steelers!
You going with the Steelers?
Yeah.
God. Yeah, I'm going to disagree. I'm going with the Ravens. Matt Canada, dude, I don't know, man. That offense is not looking good. Hopefully Pickett's good to play. Hopefully it's not a Joe Burrow situation going on.
Yeah, I think he's on in the hot seat this week for sure.
Yeah. Lamar Jackson, man. I might save this for the hot takes, but dude, he's reminded me of what was it, 2019? 2019 Lamar Jackson. We won the MVP.
Yeah.
He's looking good, man. He's looking good. He's playing winning football. He's looking much better as a passer this year. He's got some nice rushing touchdowns. He's one of the best dual threat QBs in the league.
Yeah.
I want the Ravens, man.
I just think because it's a division game and it's in Pittsburgh, I feel like division games are they're different. They're different than other games.
Yeah.
There's just something about them.
The Steelers defense can maybe give Lamar a little trouble too. See what happens. But
yeah, TJ Watt is just
he's a beast. He's a monster. Definitely no underestimating that defense. I don't know, man. Ravens looking good this year. They might be my pick for that division. But
respectable.
Guess we go to Bengals at Cardinals. I hate how this is kind of close. I hate that this is kind of close.
I mean, give me the Cardinals, man. The Cardinals just beat the Cowboys in Arizona. I'm going with Cardinals. Sorry, Burrow, but you're not 100%. T. Higgins is supposedly playing. They look like shit. Maybe this is the week they turn it around, but they haven't. The only reason I'm picking the Cardinals is because the Bengals have done nothing to show that they're trusted. Like, okay, yeah, they beat the Rams, but I mean, yeah, the Rams are good, but like, I don't know. I just like
the offense is
you lose to the Texans. I mean, the Titans. Like, the Titans suck.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I thought I was going to be crazy saying it, but I'm going with the Cardinals. But I feel it's going to be a close game. Maybe Dobbs is actually kind of solid. He's been pretty good this year.
There's another guy there on the Cardinals too, Michael Wilson, the receiver. He looks good.
Maybe they're just kind of solid. They're not as bad as everyone thought they were going to be.
James Conner looks like fucking top 5 running back in the league.
Connor's having a good year.
He's running with some sort of chip.
Rondale Moore had a pretty good game. What was it, 2 weeks ago?
Marquise Brown.
Zach
Ertz.
Ertz having a solid year, yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like Joe Burrow, like we said earlier in the show, he's just not 100% there.
Think about it. What would you think if the Cardinals were 2-2 in this situation? What would you be saying? Because the Cardinals did almost beat the Giants.
So if they were 2-2 versus the 1-3 Bengals,
they almost beat Washington.
I would say Cardinals because you're having
the Cardinals could very well be 3-1 right now because they almost beat Washington and they almost beat the Giants. And they beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They could be 3-1 right now. Imagine that.
Yeah. It's been a close season for them. Dobbs is balling. He's having a solid season for them.
Yeah, they don't look
I'm going with the Cardinals. I feel like they're kind of just like, they're kind of saying, screw everybody. You know, screw you and your predictions.
And
that's how you play football.
Too.
If they're in 2-2, I feel like they'd be even hungrier to get another win against the Bengals to have a winning record. So, I'm going with the Cardinals. I think it's going to be a hot take this week. So now we got the Eagles versus the Rams.
Give me the Rams. In LA, Matthew Stafford, Nakua, maybe Kupp's back.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell. Kyron Williams is a beast. Give me the Rams. I hate the Eagles.
It's a good pick. I don't hate it.
I hate the Eagles.
I'm probably going Eagles here.
Yeah, I mean,
start 5-0.
You're a Hurts guy.
The
So.
Rams, though, I've been saying this pod all year, though. I feel like the Rams are solid. They're a solid team this year. Don't sleep on them. I just feel like the Eagles, man, I don't know. They just find ways to win, dude. It's insane.
I think the Rams are better than Washington, and Washington just gave the Eagles a fight. I know it's a division game, but it's in LA. I don't know.
That's a good
think
pick.
the Eagles' defense is not as good as it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just see the Rams pulling this one out. Close game, like 34. I don't even know. I don't know. I just see the Rams pulling it out.
Nah, I definitely get that gut feeling because it's one of those matchups that I'm like, the Eagles have to lose eventually. They're 4-0. Maybe they're due for a loss. The Rams are overall solid. I just think the Eagles, man, I don't know. I think it just hurts. He just finds ways to win, dude. It's crazy.
AJ Brown's a beast.
AJ Brown's a monster. Swift's having a great year. One of my better takes of the year. Love Swift. Go with the Eagles. I hate to play the heavy favorite, but I just see the Eagles win this one.
Not fun.
But here we go. Jets at Broncos.
Sean Payton
was talking a lot of smack about the Jets. So I'm hoping Rodgers is in Zach Wilson's ear. And he's like, dude, just fucking throw the balls you want to throw. You know, make the plays you want to make. Do what you did Sunday night. Just be comfortable, be confident. I hope the Jets smacked him silly. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I do think the Jets win this game, though. Zach Wilson has to build off that performance. If he doesn't here, then I don't know. I think that's got to be maybe one of the last final strikes for him as a full-time starter.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the Jets. I just don't think this Broncos defense is good at all.
Yeah,
and I think the Jets are overall a better team than the Bears, and I think that was legit the game for the number one pick in the draft because I don't know what I mean. Maybe the Broncos turned it around, but they look terrible. And bringing in Sean Payton and Russell Wilson clearly didn't work out for them.
No.
I'll go with the Jets. I think Zach Wilson builds off his game last week, and
I hope so.
turns it up this week, and shows that he can be trusted. But
Breece Hall too. Breece Hall is officially not being
off his snap count.
Yeah, he's off his snap count now. I think he's hungry. He's gonna want to be like, I was one of the best running backs last year before I went down. I want to get back to that. Zach Wilson could rely on him more. Less pressure on throwing to
not be irrelevant.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook's been sad to watch this year, man. I think he's just old. I don't know. I just don't think
he looks terrible. I don't know how you can go from what you did last year and just suck.
Yeah, and he was kind of dwindling last year a little bit too, man. Like he's not the Dalvin Cook we know and love from 2 years ago, dude. He was a beast 2 years ago, like trucking everybody over. Now it's kind of like, I don't know.
It's hard to watch him.
It is hard to watch. I think age is catching up to him. Chiefs, Vikings. I think I'll start us off here because I think I have a hot take for this one. I think the Vikings win this one.
It's not a bad pick. I mean,
it's a hot take.
Every game.
They're in every game. I feel like we're really due for some like Jay Jetta's headlines, man. I think we're due for Vikings dub. It's at home. Chiefs looked, okay against the Jets. I think it could be a potential shootout between the Chiefs and the Vikings.
High-scoring game.
I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think the Vikings take it.
I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't know. I think Mahomes is just like shuts everyone up for about what he did against the Jets, and just goes out there.
That is true. That is true. Mahomes in a bounce-back game is always scary.
And hopefully, Taylor Swift in attendance. If Swift's there, good luck. You're not winning.
Yeah.
The field's gonna be covered in yellow flags.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, Swift might even be calling the shots, pulling Andy Reid up into the suite to hang out with Donna Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like I've been safe with all these picks this week. I want to get a little bold one out there, so I'm gonna pick the Vikings for this.
Just sucks. You got to pick it against the Kansas City Swifts.
I know. I think that and the whole Taylor Swift thing plays a part in it. I just want to see him lose, dude. Because I did see Kelsey talk talk about it on a podcast, he was like, "Yeah, NFL needs to chill out with the whole
And
Swift
people
thing."
like take it the wrong way. Like no one hates Taylor Swift. They hate
No,
what the NFL's doing by promoting it this much.
yeah. Look,
They saw a bag and they chased it.
they saw it back and they chased it, dude. Like when your Twitter and Instagram, when your Instagram bio is 2-0 as Swift is, you're kind of setting a narrative for who you want to win in the season. You know, who you want in the win column, who you want to make the playoffs. Dude, their fucking Twitter had Taylor Swift as the cover photo in a week where the Bills dropped 48 on the fucking Dolphins, who dropped 7 the week prior. That's a classic right there. Lamar Jackson, MVP form. Like, come on, dude.
What about
You're
McCaffrey?
making Taylor Swift the cover of your Twitter. That's fucking nuts to me.
McCaffrey passed Jerry Rice for most consecutive
McCaffrey had
touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. He passed Jerry Rice for consecutive games of touchdown. What the fuck are we doing, NFL? NFL needs to do better. I don't know who's in charge of the media or what there. Horrible, dude. Horrible.
On to the next.
Yeah, that's my little side rant right there. That's my little side rant.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the Vikings out of spite, so we'll see what happens. But we'll see what happens. Cowboys at Niners. I'm picking the Niners, but I feel like it's gonna be a great fucking game, though. I'll get into my super pick. I'll get to my super pick in a second. I'll go with the Niners, though. McCaffrey, dude. Brock Purdy, unstoppable, dude.
Just the 49ers have the Cowboys number, man. They always do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go 49ers. 49ers.
Like, I want to pick more upsets, but it's like, dude, that's just too.
I wouldn't even really consider, honestly, this an upset of either side.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
I think it's pretty fair, pretty even.
Yeah.
But I think I think there'll be one 5-0 team going into week 5, and that's the 49ers.
Yeah, they're fucking stacked, dude. It's insane how well run that team is.
Yeah.
And then finally, Monday night, Packers at Raiders. I know who I'm picking, but who are you thinking for this one?
Give me the Raiders.
Really?
Give me the Raiders.
Wow.
Just I don't know. I mean, I think Devontae Adams is,
Is he playing this week?
Yeah, I'm pretty. He came back.
He came back. Okay.
Devontae Adams is from Las Vegas at home.
Revenge tour.
If Jimmy G gets back, I think this is a Devontae Adams, crazy ass game.
I think if Jimmy G plays, it lessens their chance to win. I'm just joking. I'm just a Jimmy G hater. But yeah, I'm going the Packers, man. Jordan loves that dude.
He looks awesome.
Jordan loves that dude. I think Christian Watson's gonna really find his stride this game. Romeo Dubes looks freaking phenomenal. I'm digging this Packers offense, man. Really digging them. Raiders kind of like the Titans to me. They're not.
I think Devontae Adams goes off for like 12 catches, 160 yards.
Now that I can
touchdowns.
see. Adams, I can see having a monster game. Revenge tour, can't go wrong. I just think Packers steal the deal here.
Yeah, I could see that, but who knows?
I get it though. Some gut feelings there. I hear it. That's like my gut feeling with the Vikings over the Chiefs. We'll see what happens. So yeah, that was our Week 5 predictions. Pretty a little boring. Some boring matchups there, but you never know. It's the NFL, man. I mean, we'll see how they write the scripts from this week. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, that was our Week 5 talk. Let me stop the screen share. So I guess we could talk about some MLB playoff predictions. We'll go from the NFL Week 5 predictions to some MLB playoff predictions. It's such a weird feeling with the Yankees not being in the playoffs this year. It just feels empty. But we'll see the matchups we got. So clearly we'll start with the American League. So it's the Texas Rangers versus the Tampa Bay Rays. So the Rangers won the first game. So I don't know if that really dictates your prediction. But who do you got in that matchup?
I hate the Rays.
Me too. I picked the Rangers, but
yeah, I'm going with the Rangers. I hate the Rays.
Yeah, I can't stand the Rays because of two things. they're kind of like the Islanders of baseball. They're just such a boring team. They're just like, but then it's like they just generate so much talent. It's insane. I shouldn't say boring because Randy Rosarina is fucking awesome.
I
But
know, but
like
Glasnow looked like crap, man.
Glasnow looked horrible. And
He looked terrible.
And quick live news right here. The Rangers and the Rays are playing as we speak, and the Rangers are 5-0. So I think the Rangers are sealing the deal. So yeah, Rangers over the Rays.
Yeah, for sure.
The next AL matchup is the Blue Jays and the Twins. Now, I hate myself for picking the Blue Jays. I just thought the Twins were mid all year. They won because of an easy division. But then Royce Lewis showed up, hit 2 home runs off Gosman. Yeah,
Man.
October's a different beast, man. Carlos Correa was making some heads up defensive plays. God, I mean, like I feel like, especially in a 3-game series, every game is obviously so important. Once you win the first game, you have such a huge advantage.
Yeah.
I picked the Blue Jays in my bracket, but I feel like it's gonna be crushed now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Twins. Just call me an AL East hater, but I hate Vladdy, or Vladimir.
Vladimir.
I hate Bo, the shit, and give me the Twins. I hate the Blue Jays. They are the worst fans in baseball behind the Red Sox.
I don't blame you. Blue Jays is a very cocky organization. I do.
What have you done? What have you done? Nothing. You suck.
No, they've done nothing. Vladdy was chirping at the Yankees all last year, so I mean he can kind of kick rocks. I love him as a talent, though. He's a freaking beast, but
I mean he's good for baseball, but
yeah, he's
kick
just
rocks.
Yeah, I think the Blue Jays might have another shortcoming in the playoffs. So sucks for them. Matt Chapman becomes a free agent. He might bounce. Who knows what happens? We'll say. So now we'll dabble into the NL. We got the Diamondbacks and the Brewers. So the Diamondbacks won the first game. I'm sticking with my prediction. I think the Brewers overcome it. I think they win the next two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Brewers come back.
Diamondbacks,
they're hungry.
I don't know. I don't know, man. They could definitely shock some people. I feel like.
I agree. I think Corbin Carroll he's a menace. He's an absolute menace on the base pass, hitting, fielding. I just think the Brewers. I don't know. I'm sticking. If obviously the Diamondbacks win,
I'm just looking at their roster. I mean, they have a pretty well experienced players on the team. I can definitely see them, making some noise. But I mean, they are up 1 right now.
Yep. Just need one more. That's it.
Yeah. Brewers, though. I mean, yeah, I can see the Brewers pulling that one. I don't know. It goes both ways. I'll go Brewers.
Yeah. And then the next NL matchup.
Give me the
Phillies and Marlins. Phillies all day, baby. Phillies all day. I love the Marlins. I love Arias, but
something about the Phillies. I just want to.
Phillies have all the talent.
I want to be in that place. What is it? Citizens Bank or whatever.
Yeah.
What's it called?
The Phillies are too top heavy. Zach Wheeler, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Real Moto, Trey Turner. It's a ridiculous team. The talent's there. I won't be shocked if they either make it to the World Series again or they make a deep run in the NLCS. We'll get more into that as the playoffs go. But yeah, so that's the round 1 predictions. Do you want to do the whole bracket or you want to save it for?
We could save it. I mean, I definitely need to watch a little bit more.
Yeah, I filled out my bracket.
I'm just basing it off what I'm looking at right now, and obviously, if you're up 1 in a wild card game, it's
a huge advantage. Huge advantage. Yeah. So to all the people listening out there, I'll tell you my finals predictions or the World Series predictions since I did the bracket real quick. I'll do the rest of the bracket in future shows. But I got the Orioles beating the Brewers in the World Series, so I just want to claim it now before it actually happens. So
yeah, it's a good prediction. It's definitely not one a lot of people have.
Exactly. Well, I wanted to go a little different there. Brooks Robinson, R.I.P. Think it's a good storybook story right there. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's the MLB. A lot of action going. Phillies look great against the Marlins.
Yeah.
They're just too top heavy, man. That's a very top heavy team. They spent the big bucks. It's paying off. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't. You want to? Do you want to do? You want to go back to football with the fantasy?
Oh yeah. We could do that for sure. Yeah, so we're gonna introduce some segments onto this show. We'll do some fantasy football. Start or sit. This is a segment where if you got questions, and we'll shoot some hypothetical questions, like Tank Dell or Nico Collins, who I start, who I sit. If you got questions, you know where to go. Shoot us at Twitter or the Gmail. It's right there. So yeah, fantasy SOS, start or sit.
I got one right off the bat.
Let's hear it.
Now this might sound crazy, but I feel like people are going to be like, who do I start? And you don't have to have them both, but are you starting Cooper Kupp week 1? Or are you sticking with Nakua?
So I was just talking about this on my chats actually. So it's kind of like they're two totally different players, but I'm just gonna say it. Like Kareem Hunt, like for example, coming back, I still feel like he's still being eased in. Kupp's missed, first couple weeks. If I'm a Kupp owner, I mean, like it's hard not to start him. The upside's insane, but then again, Kamara, these are running backs to bring up. But like Kamara came in, he immediately cooked it up, scored 21 fantasy points. It really depends on roster structure, but I feel like you got to start Cooper Kupp, especially in redrafts. If you draft him at your first overall pick, plug him in, dude.
Yeah.
Stafford will find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah, because I'm actually activating Kupp and Taylor this week. I have both of them in one league.
Yeah.
So
and as for Puka, I mean, like if I could start both, I would. If I had both in the league, I think that's the way to go because I think Nakua's still going to get volume, but, I think with Kupp's presence alone being there, he's going to take a hit in volume.
Yeah.
But he's still an exceptional route runner. He's a good wide receiver. I think he's the real deal. He'll probably still get you 10, 15, 20 points, and then he might have like an occasional boom week.
Yeah.
Like 30 points, so.
All right. Yeah, I'm starting Kupp. I don't care. I'm starting him. It's Cooper Kupp. I don't know how you don't start him, even if he's on like a snap count. I mean, that guy's he's going to be looked at on the field. You're not going to leave him open,
Exactly.
I don't know if you have any. If you have
all right. I know I said as an example, but I'll actually throw it out there because I'm generally curious to see what you think. Tank Dell or Nico Collins, trouble in paradise in Houston. You have two great up-and-coming wide receivers. Stroud seems to like both of them. Who do you feel more comfortable with?
I feel like it's hard to pick because, like, it's like really any given week. Like, 1 week he liked one week he likes the other. I guess it's all about who they're, queuing on more on defense. Was it more exciting? I'm saying Tank Dell, but who am I starting? I'd have to say Nico Collins.
It's a fair answer. Yeah, I mean, it's close for me as well. I like both a lot as prospects. They're both very great, talented wide receivers. Nico Collins has more of the build and the size.
100%.
Tank Dell kind of just makes the most of his opportunities, though.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want to shoot for the stars, Tank Dell. If you want to get a nice floor, Nico Collins. I mean, I guess we're talking redraft here. I'd probably stick with Nico Collins as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm still going to fire Tank Dell wherever I can, depending on the roster structure. You really got to see the teams and how they're built when it comes to questions like these. But, yeah, I think Nico Collins is a safer bet. But
no,
Tank
I
Dell,
could definitely – I see what you mean, but I'd have to go. I'd have to go Nico Collins. It's just I don't know. I feel like he's just I feel like in the long run in like a dynasty or or keeper league, Tank Dell's the guy you want because he's younger. But is he younger? He's younger.
Yeah,
right?
Tank Dell's like 21, 20 maybe.
No, I think he's 23.
He's 23.
I think Tank Dell's 23.
Wow, I thought he was younger. So
Yeah, I don't feel Nico Collins.
yeah,
But
I
if you're
agree.
going Dynasty, I'm taking Tank Dell. All right. Would you start if T. Higgins is playing because he did fracture his rib? They said he fractured his rib, but there's a chance he plays. Say he's claimed healthy. Are you starting T. Higgins or are you starting DJ Moore?
Going with DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah, call me crazy. I'm going with DJ Moore. I feel like he maybe finds some, maybe finds a touchdown or so against Washington that first half, maybe before Washington kind of takes over in the second half. Yeah, T. Higgins, the Bengals are just questionable right now, and I feel like if anyone's going to eat, it's going to be Jamar Chase. And T. Higgins is playing hurt. I don't know. A hurt QB thrown to a hurt wide receiver. I don't know. Kind of spells disaster for me. I feel like if obviously when Higgins is healthy, I'm picking Higgins every day, twice on Sunday. But just the circumstances the Bengals are in, I'm probably going DJ Moore.
Yeah. All right.
And
Now,
I feel like Fields loves DJ Moore. So not that Burrow doesn't
DJ
love.
Moore is DJ Moore is DJ Moore. He's the number one receiver there.
Yeah.
I would say. All right. What about T. Higgins or Terry?
Again, look, any other week, any other circumstance, I'm probably going T. Higgins, but it's just a bunch of too many question marks for this Bengals team right now. Way too many question marks. Going with Scary Terry. Had a great week last week. Safe floor.
All right. Now, rookie debate.
Okay.
Because I know someone who has this actual scenario. He had Zay Flowers and he has Jordan Addison. I know what I'm picking. I'm picking Zay Flowers.
Because I feel like this Vikings-Chiefs game is going to be a shootout a little bit. So I feel like Addison might reap the benefits of said score. But Zay Flowers, I personally like better as an overall talent and player. So maybe a little bias is there. I feel like he's got to eat eventually. I think Odell's still out. Isn't Bateman still out too?
Yeah, I'm still taking Zay Flowers over Odell.
The only other target that's really there is Mark Andrews, but like Mark Andrews is fucking insane. I mean, I feel like they're both gonna finish very similar this week, but I would give the slightest to Zay Flowers just due to volume.
Yeah. I'd say Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I'd go Zay Flowers, especially with Ravens playing the Steelers. They might, be up more in the score. Might throw. I don't know. We'll see. Here we are, the hot corner. So in this segment, we'll share any hot takes that come through our mind. So I mean, you got any that's off the top of your head?
I don't know if this is so much a hot take, but I mean it could be. I think that if they have, it's going into half. Let's say the Falcons game, and Ritter's just not it, man. He's not looking like the guy. I think they put in Heineke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think they put in Heineke.
Yeah, Heineke. He's shown, especially with Washington. He could be a gamer, dude.
That guy. Week 5. I don't know. I see them like say they're down like 21-0. We're pulling you out. We're putting in Heineke.
Yeah,
not. He may not be the starter going forward, but I can definitely see them pulling him out this week if he's not it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, they're 2-2. Could maybe be 3-2 if they beat the Texans. You're a winning ball club at that point. You gotta maybe make a serious moves to be a postseason contender. So yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. I wonder if they even look to explore that trade maybe for a QB. Maybe get like Tannehill or something too.
I didn't know this, but the Texans are actually underdogs in that game.
Really?
Plus 110.
I know what money line I'm doing this weekend, but yeah, wow. Yeah, Heineke. I like that take. It's a good take.
Yeah, I can definitely see them pulling Ritter and starting him. the rest of the game. I don't know about the rest of the year, but for sure that
Yeah,
game.
for sure. Yeah, Stone's got to change that offense. And God help that boy Drake London, and maybe even Kyle
Yeah.
Pitts. Yeah, maybe get them a little more involved here, get some more volume there. But
Yeah.
I like that take, though. It's pretty good. So I know they're 2 and I think they're 2-2, right? The Titans.
Who? Oh yeah.
So I know they're 2-2, but this was my hot take, and I might have said on the show. I might have just said it in a group chat or to you personally. But I think Derrick Henry will be in a different uniform by the end of the season. I don't know for who, but I'm sticking with it. I think the Titans sell. I think they sell Henry, Hopkins, Tannehill. That was just the one thing I had back in August where I was just like, yeah, it kind of just screams disaster for this team. I don't know why. It's a bunch of aging stars.
Yeah.
They're falling back to the division. I feel like, at first I was going to say the Bills, but I feel like James Cook is just that guy there.
Yeah.
The Eagles came to mind, but Swift is becoming that guy in Philly, so I feel like they're not really in the market anymore for a running back. The
Washington.
Even Brian Robinson Jr. there though.
I don't know. I don't know if he's a guy really to say, but
Yeah.
I don't
Trying to
know.
think who's RB needy, man. That's like the one part that's kind of stumping me now because I thought the
I mean, if
Eagles.
Colts just the Colts refuse, Taylor refuses to play.
Yeah, rare in division trade. Taylor to the Titans, Henry to the Colts. That'd be interesting.
Just looking at teams that may need running backs. I mean,
It's
I don't
tough.
know.
It's tough in a league where RBs aren't valued as much anymore either. So it's like they can just call somebody up. Like, I'm trying to think of some contenders here. The Rams, but
Maybe the Bucks.
yeah, with Rashad White, that could be pretty good.
Rashad White's not really handling the bulk well of carries.
Yeah,
And they are 3-1, so could be a destination.
yeah, that's
I
a
can
good
see
one.
the Bucks.
Bucks is good. Not the Jags. Trying to think of outside of division too.
I mean, if Chubb is definitely out for the rest of the year, which I think he is, like he's
Cleveland, yeah, that's actually a good one. Cleveland, yeah. Interesting. We'll see what happens. I think that's the issue too with Jonathan Taylor right now.
no teams really are.
Really needy for a running back. That's the issue, man. It's not a demanded position anymore. They just call someone up because it's still like look at Kyron Williams on the Rams. I don't think anyone really had him on their cheat sheets or whatever.
I kept him in one of your fantasy leagues for some reason. I don't know why.
Was it Dino?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Had to
it
be
was.
Dino. Yeah, because that's like 15 keepers. Yeah. That was my one hot take. We'll see what happens. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore, but I love saying it though, just because who knows might happen.
No, it definitely is a possibility for sure. I don't know. I'm thinking. I don't know. This isn't really a hot take, I would say, but I want to see what maybe you may think. If the Giants continue on this downward spiral, do they think about getting another quarterback? Or do they
That's
think
tough.
about retooling their offensive line and keeping Daniel Jones?
I think what you got to do first is retool the offensive line. You're paying Daniel Jones all this money. You gave him the contract already. It's the reason why they were so nitpicky with extending Saquon. I think the Giants are just 2 feet in with Daniel Jones. I think there's kind of no turning back here after paying him. If he's healthy, you got to play him. They got to retool the offensive line. The offensive line. If they end up with some of the best offensive line in the game a year from now or 2 years from now, whatever, or just a good offensive line, and Daniel Jones is still ass like this, then it's time to start to consider seriously benching him for a rookie, tank for a guy. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're too committed to Daniel Jones at this point. I don't see a new QB coming from New York anytime soon. It's a tough position. They gave him all this money. You got to play him.
And I'm not out in any way on Brian Dable. I think this is you know, I don't know. It's I feel like it's more of a higher up problem than it is because this is the team you put together.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that offensive line is just historically bad.
It just seems like a lot of teams that have like their offensive lines aren't it. Jets,
Jets
Giants,
suck. Yeah.
Washington. Those are just the three that come to mind. Like their lines just suck.
Yeah.
I mean, those are like Daniel Jones and Sam Howell are the two most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL with I think 19 and or 24 and 22, something like that.
Jesus.
And we're in week 5,
That's insane.
going into week 5. Um, that's the one downfall I have going into this week against the Bears tomorrow. I don't know. The line needs to wake it up.
Yeah, man. You got to win the trenches, dude. You got to win the
Um,
trenches. That's the huge
I
part of
actually
the game.
one actually just came to mind.
Okay.
Again, I don't know how hot this of a take this is, but I do think next year Washington will have a new head coach.
Really?
I think Ron Rivera gets let go and he gets the option of if he wants to go into the office or if he wants to, just be relieved or if he still wants to coach, he wants to go somewhere else. But I think the enemy gets the head coaching job with
That'd be great
Washington.
for Washington.
I think that's the route they go. I don't know, but that's just me being a Washington fan. I think that's the route they go with that. I don't hate Ron Rivera, but dude, you got to go for 2, man. You got to go for 2.
Yeah.
In the moment, I'm like, all right, yeah, play it safe. Go kick the field goal. Yeah, whatever. I was just so hyped up that they scored. Like, I'm like, holy shit. Like, it's something I've never seen before by a
Yeah.
quarterback in Washington. You just stomp down the field in a minute, a minute 30 after just getting scored on. Like, usually Washington goes 3 and out.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's over. And they need a game and whatever. But no, like they still went down. Sam Howell scored with 2 seconds left on the clock. So I don't know. I think the enemy's really, giving this offense life, and he's, clearly,
So I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but with Bieniemy, I mean, would you prefer him as the offensive coordinator or the head coach? Because we've seen guys, like Nathaniel Hackett go from OC to HC. Sometimes it doesn't really pan out. How would you feel about him going to head coach? Not saying it's gonna end up that bad, but
I don't know. I think he would be the head coach and still have
still
offensive
be solid.
offensive
Yeah.
play calling. I think he would be the guy who's really, calling the plays. I think.
Yeah.
Or you could just, I don't know, or you could do like who was calling the plays when he was in Kansas City? Was it him or Andy Reid?
Probably. I would say him. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing what he's done in so little time with Washington, you gotta assume.
But I mean, is it uncommon isn't Mike McCarthy calling the plays there in Dallas?
I think it depends, like, how the organization does it. Doesn't Bill Belichick call the defensive, like,
I don't know.
plays and stuff?
I think if the enemy became the head coach, he would still have full.
He would
control
still
over
have
the
talk.
offense.
Okay, gotcha.
You have to, or he would just bring in one of his guys that he trusts to call plays like him. And
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just think he would. There's a reason why they brought him in, and I think this year really is going to show why he should be the head coach.
He's a sick offensive mind. It's insane. So
yeah, and I think he didn't get his flowers while he was in Kansas City for sure. I mean, he obviously won the Super Bowl a few times, but he didn't get as much credit as Andy Reid did.
For sure, 100%. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some hot takes. All right, I got to go one. We're going from the gridiron to the ice rink for this hot take. Okay. I think Braden Point finishes with the most points on the Tampa Bay Lightning this year.
I thought you were going to say the whole league.
No. I think it's hard to bet against Kucherov, but I feel like Braden Point's going to either be second or first in points on the Tampa Bay Lightning this year. Over Kucherov.
Either way, he's over Kucherov, or if he's in second, he's over Kucherov. Even if he's in second, he's over Kucherov?
No. If he's in first, over Kucherov, but 1 point differential, maybe. Like, I could see him with like 100
I could see him
whatever.
having a breakout year for sure.
Yeah, and we say breakout year, but he scored like 50 goals last year. He's
No, I
insane.
mean, yeah, I'm just breakout like meaning like the
Yeah,
whole.
I don't know because I think because he's taking over like center duties like fully, I think now or something like that. So I
Yeah,
feel like he's gonna outscore
and if
Kucherov.
Stamkos isn't there, it's more on him.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if Stamkos has 1 foot in the water or 2 feet in the water with Tampa Bay. So
Yeah,
I don't know how much commitment's there. He wants a new contract. I don't blame him. He's been their guy for almost 20 years. Gotta pay the man, you know.
who do the Bruins have coming up? Week who do they have first game of the year? Is it next week?
Yeah, Connor Bedard and the Chicago Blackhawks.
That's gonna
Welcome,
be.
welcome that kid to the league. Yep.
I'm sorry, but I see him scoring like a hat trick first game.
Bedard hat trick
Yeah,
first game.
I can see that.
When it comes to Bedard, he's gonna be a stud, but I feel like it's not gonna be like what people are gonna expect off the jump. I don't think he's gonna be like this all-star, like 100-point scorer the first season. I think he's gonna show insane upside,
Right.
like McDavid and
Over
Jack Hughes.
under 80 points his rookie year.
Let's see, 80 points. So let's say he gets like 20 goals and like maybe 50 assists, 40 assists, something like that. It's under 80. I'll go with the under. For first year, I'm going with the under.
All right.
It depends where Patrick Kane lands too, though. I mean, if he somehow ends up in Chicago, it's another elite talent he has near him. He's got Taylor Hall. He's got Corey Perry. Perry's older, so I mean, I think he's not really much of a game changer there. Taylor Hall, though, I feel like
he's on that line with him, right?
Yeah, he's on that line with him. He has so much volume now. He didn't have that volume with the Bruins. He didn't have those first, second line
He can
minutes at
really
all.
be like a stud.
Great support and cast. So Taylor Hall's the one thing that's kind of offsetting me from that. 80 points.
I'm all in. I'm over 80.
Yeah.
I think he's close to 100.
Wow, it's rookie
No,
year.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, if any rookie's going to do it, it is him.
I'd say over 80, though, for sure.
I just feel like we've heard this time and again. And, these guys, they pan out. But, McDavid panned out a year later. Jack Hughes took, 2-3 seasons to really pan out.
Yeah. We're still waiting on Kakko and Lafayette here, but that's another day.
Yeah, I feel like that's the whole issue with it. But if anyone's going to do it, it's Connor Bedard. But, I can't remember how many points McDavid had his rookie year. I think it was it wasn't 100. So I remember when he first came up, everyone was like, yeah. So McDavid had 48 points his rookie year. Granted, he only played in 45 games. That's over a point per game. So he played 82 games. He probably have close to 90 points. I don't think Bedard's on McDavid's level at that age. It's going to be close. 80 is a good number. I'm going slightly under.
If I said 70, you would say over.
Oh, yeah. I think it's a score in the 70s. I think it's a fair bet right there.
I say over. I think it's over. I don't know. I just think he takes over that team and, just translate.
I mean, he's got all the volume in the world. It's insane.
Yeah. I think they're setting him up for success there.
Now
their record, I don't know how their record's gonna do. But
I feel like that's gonna come hand in hand. I mean, we'll see how the record is. If he's scoring 80, 90 points his rookie year, I mean, the Blackhawks got to be a solid team at that point. If they're ass, Jack Hughes 21 points in his rookie year in 61 games.
Yeah, but they were saying Jack Hughes was a bust.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
so,
he was
now he's.
I feel like it takes some time to develop. 80 though, 80 is definitely a good goal for Bedard's rookie year.
Yeah,
I won't be surprised if it's 80, but I just feel like 70 or 60 is a good solid start for him. But if Taylor Hall ends up scoring 50 goals or 40 goals or some shit, then that kind of changes things. We'll see what Taylor Hall does if he goes back to his MVP form.
System.
Yeah, it's getting those first line minutes. We'll see what happens, but. Yeah, so I guess that's a pretty good hot take segment right there for Connor Bedard. Yeah. I love him. I think he's going to be the best rookie of this bunch for sure, bar none, but it's going to take some time.
I agree.
Not even a season, maybe half a season. He figures it out. Who knows? But we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, Braden Point, I think he's gonna go fucking nuts. He's probably gonna be the number one center. Same. Trying to think of some other hot takes across the sports world.
I mean, your World Series predictions like pretty hot take. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
World Series is pretty hot. I got the Orioles over the Astros, Brewers over the Braves, and the NLCS. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just feeling it. I feel like, the Braves are kind of a different story this year. Like, they're really just OP. But I don't know. I guess, like, with the Dodgers finishing first place every year and they end up, like, losing in the NLDS or NLCS every year, I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Playoffs a different game. October, man. It's a different game. If the Brewers lose tonight, I mean, obviously they're done. But, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like they overcome the 2-game hump. We'll see what happens. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any other real, hot takes. Yeah, I can't think of anything right now. Just something about football, but it's too early.
yeah, well, that was the hot corner right there where our hot takes are. If you got any hot takes, send them to our Gmail. We'll feature them on the show. I guess we could dabble with the basketball a little bit. Just talk about this trade because I feel like this team is just on paper, it's kind of fucking insane. The Boston Celtics.
I can't think about it on paper. But
yeah, the Boston Celtics traded for Drew Holiday. Think about this. Your starting five consists of Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps Porzingis, and I forget who their power forward center is. It's not Williams. They trade him to Portland. Al Horford retired, I'm pretty sure, right? Or
I hope it's not him.
Yeah, because he's old. 2023 Celtics.
No, he's still playing.
It's Horford?
He's still there.
Yeah, it's like I guess it's Al Horford, yeah. I mean, regardless, those first four guys is enough where you can actually be able to have Al Horford in your starting five. But Celtics, man, they look legit.
I forgot Porzingis went there.
Yeah, Porzingis went to the Celtics. That's an insane starting five, dude. It's kind of crazy.
I'm not all in on Porzingis. I'm not gonna lie.
You're not all in? He's a health liability for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I think without a doubt they're a playoff team. I think they're a championship contender, no doubt, no matter if he's hurt or not.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, I mean, I guess this kind of goes back to our hot takes a little bit, but I know we're talking about basketball now, but I feel like the Bucks, as much as I love Dame and Giannis together, I feel like they're not going to be the team that everyone's expecting they're going to be. Like, I think, once again, they'll make the playoffs since the NBA is so top-heavy. They'll make the playoffs, whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Boston right now is just a much deeper team, so.
Yeah.
We'll
I mean,
see.
the Suns are pretty deep, too.
Suns scare me, man, out in the West, dude. I mean, they got the top-heavy, top of the roster, Durant, Booker, Beal. Then they got the depth now.
But there's one thing you learned being a Nets fan. Nothing matters about on paper.
It doesn't. Nothing matters on paper. So we'll see. I like it better for the Suns because Booker is a bit younger than Kyrie and Harden were. At this point in my life, I feel like everyone in the NBA is a diva, so I'm not gonna say he's not a diva, but I think Kyrie is kind of just like an anomaly when it comes to being a diva. That guy's a different level of diva. It's insane. He kind of self-destructed the Nets by himself.
Yeah.
So
he's off on James Harden, and he doesn't want to practice.
Yeah,
he's fat as shit.
Yeah, Harden's another head case, and I love Harden. Harden's one of my favorite players, but he's a head case, no doubt about it. I really don't get that vibe from Booker and Beal as much. Beal has every right to bitch about Washington. Again, they wasted his career for fucking 10 years. So
you say Dame has every right to complain about
him too. Him and Beal. Well, they were so comparable for years. Like Beal was on the shitty ass Wizards for such a long time. Wizards front office did nothing.
But you got to think like now they gotta one of them's got to put it together and win.
Now they have to. They got to talk where their mouth is. Exactly.
I could definitely see if I had to say who's gonna have the better outcome, the Bucks or the Suns. I'm sorry, Jason, but I'm picking the Bucks.
Yeah. Giannis is the best player from both those
That's
teams by
why.
far. And usually when you have that one star, it's kind of
Don't get me
brings you
wrong.
further.
I think Jokic is the best player in basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's probably debatable. Like
I would say
probably
so.
between Jokic and I guess Giannis. Those are probably the two.
Yeah,
But
those are my
probably
top two.
um but I don't know. I just think Giannis just takes over, and then Dame, like he can pull up from anywhere like Curry. Not as like consistent and as good as Curry, but like he's still a threat,
Yeah.
and he can dribble. So I don't know.
My one issue with the Bucks is the depth
They're
issue.
not deep.
They're not deep. They're gonna make it to at least the Eastern Conference Final.
Probably against the Celtics.
Like probably against the Celtics. The Celtics, if they're healthy, Drew Holiday might be on a revenge tour. That's kind of
I'm
scary
more
to
of a
think about.
playoff basketball type of fan. I'm definitely not a in-season basketball fan.
I hear you.
But
Yeah, basketball's a little tough to follow. Sometimes I get it because it's like guys are changing teams every other fucking
it's so
year.
much drama. I feel like it's more of a drama show than it is an actual. Like, they're just so far from the game. It's so annoying.
Yeah, because
Like, why am I keeping up with load management? I can't stand it.
Yeah, and like all the headlines you hear are usually like, oh, like so and so has requested a trade. So and so is sitting out. That's
There's
the big
always that time
headlines.
of the season. It's towards the trade deadline where, oh, this person's sitting out now because they didn't get their way.
Exactly.
And then they get traded for 15 first-round picks, and that team has no trade capital or pick
Exactly.
capital.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. I feel like the Bucks will make the East Conference Final, but if the Celtics are healthy, I feel like they're just more deeper. Drew Holiday's gonna put the clamps on whoever's a guard for the Bucks, whether it's Dame. So we'll see what happens. But
And they lost Smart, right? They lost Smart
to the Grizzlies. Yeah, I think it was in that.
He fits in there great.
Grizzlies, man.
This is a bunch of fucking. They are different, bro. They're like the Spurs from. Or no, the Pistons.
Yeah, the bad boy Pistons.
Yeah, I don't know. They give me that vibe. Not like they're probably not as bad boy as them, but like they just give me that vibe.
No, it's just a bunch of crazy good defenders and like guys who get up in your face and shit. Yeah.
I just want to say again, do this every show. Patrick Kane, he will be a Ranger. So just putting it out there.
Yeah, and not to sound like a broken record, but I'm like 50-50. I think Sabres or Rangers. I don't know which way to go. I see both ways, but like we said, we got to see how the season plays out. Look, let's say if Bedard is torching the league at first, they're winning games or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they're in the postseason picture. I mean, shit. Kane might go to Blackhawks. Rangers, I think, will be solid. So he obviously knows what's going on there with the playbooks and stuff or whatever. So the team chemistry. Rangers, not a bad pick. Sabres, hometown team. Young up-and-coming team. They're due for a playoff appearance.
Ooh, sorry to cut you off. 7-1 Rangers right now. And they're getting booed. The Rays are getting booed.
Looks like the Rangers are moving on to the ALDS.
Sorry, Randy.
Yeah, dude. You know what? And the Rays, man, the Rays need a new stadium. They got to relocate or some shit. I don't know what they got to do. Attendance is so low at the playoff game. Come on, man.
Wonder if they'll ever win,
We wonder.
Yep.
Oh, what a sad case that guy is, dude. But, again, I'm not defending him by any means because of what we've just seen with Trevor Bauer. But innocent until proven guilty. We'll see what the fuck happens with that. But, again, not looking good for him now.
So it is not.
No, not looking good for him. But that Trevor Bauer shit was crazy. We'll maybe get into that another time. But,
yeah,
man. A lot of good talk, though. Covered some baseball, covered some hockey, some basketball, a lot of football. I think that pretty much. You want to do a sleeper of the week? You want to pick a sleeper pick for fantasy football this week? Some not a nobody, but maybe someone who might be riding the bench. You think goes off this week? I got to pick.
See. If you go, because I gotta look.
All right, yeah, I'll start us off. So here we are. with a new segment, first time on the show, Sleeper Pick of the Week. So pretty much we're going to pick 2 sleeper picks. One from last week. We'll give the guy their flowers for, maybe someone who you didn't think was going to go off, but they exceeded above their expectations. And then we'll predict the guy we think is going to go off in week 5 and so forth. So we talked about it earlier in the show, so I'll make it quick and brief. Zach Wilson is my pick for the sleeper pick of the week for week 4. Went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the Swifties. You already know. We talked about it earlier in the show. So Zach Wilson, Jets fan, I'll give him his flowers. My week 5 prediction is going to be the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys, Jake Ferguson. I was high on this guy from the beginning of the season. I think because they're versing against the 49ers, a lot of people are, hey, 49ers are going to crush him. I think Ferguson's going to drop over 20 points next week for the Cowboys.
Okay. All right.
Loving Jake Ferguson.
All right.
Targets are there too. So
I'll go with I got 2. I just came up with 2 because I forgot. I said it earlier in the show as well. This is my big sleeper. I'm gonna say Darnell Washington on the Steelers just because Fryer moves out, and I mean, listen, everyone obviously knows him as the tight end from Georgia, who was like a freakish tall, big tight end. I mean, I thought that guy was a lineman, and he went out and caught a pass. So I was like, wow. And yeah, Fryer moves out, so you got to think like. They're gonna be looking at this guy. They're gonna be giving him his targets.
Yeah, for sure. I like that pick.
And then maybe not so much, a sleeper, but he did go off last week, and I can see him definitely being a problem again this week. Michael Wilson, wide receiver on the Cardinals. I'm just gonna read off. I mean, before last week, he had a total of 4, 6, 8 targets in 3 weeks. And then last week he just popped off with 7 targets, 7 receptions, 76 yards, 2 touchdowns against the 49ers defense, which is a very good defense. Yeah, I would say he keeps it up. If he's available, I would say pick that guy up. He's a very good sleeper pick, I think.
I like it. That's a good pick right there. A lot of good insight and analysis right there.
Yeah.
Any other picks or?
No, it's I think Darnell Washington and Michael Wilson. Those are 2. People are probably short on tight ends, and I'd be running to the waiver wire to pick those 2 up for sure.
Yeah, so you heard it there, folks, right there. Some good picks. If those guys are on your waiver wire, pick them up. Jake Ferguson, I know, was on a few waiver wires in my redraft, some 10-man leagues. So if you're playing an 8-man league, maybe you lost Freiermuth or somebody. Those are good picks right there to pick up. So,
oh yeah.
So yeah, tune in next week on Pastimes on the Mic for these sleeper picks. Maybe these guys ball out for you. But again, this was Pastimes on the Mic. That wraps up our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. For any questions, send us an email. Here is the email once again. You know what to do. It's right there. It's Pastimes on the Mic.